Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of chapter 7. So I just want you guys to remember your Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of chapter 7. So I just want you guys to think about the Forward Fitness Club that we are actually trying to create a website and stuff for them. So basically they want to actually rebrand their business. So they want to actually, change maybe the color of their marketing materials that they have, that they want it to look contemporary, and that they want to actually change the maybe the logo and incorporate some of the colors and update their design features. So we're going to start by reviewing the existing wireframe for each viewport to determine how we can improve it. So you can keep the same wireframe for the homepage mobile viewport because it's basic, kind of adaptable, and works well in limited type of space. So the new wireframe for the tablet and desktop viewport can integrate a div for a banner page, a banner image, and a figure element, as we can see in here. So we are putting the figure element here and another figure element here, and we want to use the banner div. So this is for the desktop viewport and this is for the tablet viewport. So this is what we can do actually to kind of like follow what we need to improve. So we can actually add a new div element to the homepage. So how you can do that, you can actually basically use the div there. So you just put div equals ID banner, and then you put the class for because you want to do it first for the desktop. And then you have your image source here and your image element. So this will be basically your div element here. So in here you can see what we are talking about, basically a banner image. Sorry. Oh, whoops. So this is basically a banner image that you can have for the fitness club. Just if you're following the book to kind of add the new thing, you can see that here we have even changed the logo because that's their new kind of updated logo. So it's a new image from the same name as previous logo file. So for your labs, I put all of the images in there. So there's a zip file that you can download and it will have all the images that you might require. The next thing is that we want to add a figure element to the home page. So you can, this is your heading element that you have here. And then you can put the figure element that you just learned. And then you can put all of your image properties and your description here. So this is all the anchor elements that you can use, to have a link to your image. And then, of course, you have to close your figure elements. And then it will look like this. So again, this is your heading element and this is your figure element. And these are the images that you kind of put in. The next thing is that we need to update the style sheet for our new design. So we need to actually update it for maybe our mobile viewport as well as the tablet viewport. So I just want to explain to you because both of them kind of similar. So I just want to kind of explain to you about the tablet viewpoint. So why do we need to do that? Because the new modified style can update the list items in the navigation element and also refine the style for the main element in the tablet viewpoint to reflect the rebranding of the Forward Fitness Club that we are talking about. So some of the things that maybe you want to add in here, you want to basically for the tablet viewport, you want to add the style. Of course, that's the comment that you're adding in there. And then you want to basically put figure A. This is the style rule for the figure. And you want to use the background color and the padding to the 0 and text decoration to none. So what we are doing here is basically we are trying to create a new style rule for, the images within the figure element. So in here we are basically the background color, we are specifying that background color. And then we are also displaying the settings like the height and width, and then the margin, and also the padding. So in this section here that we have here, so we are adding this style rule. So you can go to page basically 332 and kind of follow the steps. There are 3 steps to do that, to add the new style rule to the tablet viewport. The next thing that we are going to actually talk about is basically you want to add a section element to the About Us page. So you want to basically, if you decide you want to update the About Us page. So basically, again, the Forward Fitness Club, they want you to kind of update the About Us page. So some of the things that you can do is you can add section element to the About Us page. Why do we want to do that? That section element can let us group the content to basically improve the semantic design and the search engine design. So you wrap each group of content on the page within a section element. So these include the weight groups, cardio group, and basically the personal training groups, and also the common exercise groups. So you can actually do this by creating another a section tag and then add all of these to it, and then make sure that you close your section ad. So the next thing is basically how to style that About page. And again, we are going to look at the tablet viewport for now. So why do we want to do that? We want to update the style for a tablet viewport in the new. So there are 3 steps again on page 342 that you can do. But this picture here, as it is showing you, you can actually on line 202, you actually put a comment, a style for H1 element within the section element. That is actually to start, meaning that you are going to insert a new comment. And then you basically type the section H1. Basically, you are inserting a new selector. And then on line 204 here, you are actually increasing the indent, and then you are typing the alignment to the left to insert a new property and value to it. And then on line 205, you decrease the indent, and then you close your braces as well. And then on line 206, 207, you are basically on line 207, you type again another comment. That comment means that you are inserting a new comment. And then on line 208, you are actually adding a section A. And then on line 209, you are typing the background color. And then on line 210, you are basically putting that value to the color, so you're inserting a new color value. And then on 211, you are again putting another property value, font weight to normal. And then on 212, you are actually putting the padding to 0. 212, you are doing the text declaration. And then you close your bracket here. So this is how the after you save those changes, that's how you will see the section style rule that you have applied for a tablet viewport. So this is exactly how you create your sections in there. So let's say that they want you to create a nutrition page. So that nutrition page maybe give you a guide to like good nutrition, some healthy diet, and so on. So to have this new page, you basically can follow the same design on other pages that you have created. And basically you can draft a wireframe for nutrition page in both the desktop as well as the tablet viewports. And you can see in here this basically example of, the new page layout. So again, you're using different elements, the article elements and then the image and the side element are nested in the article element. And same as this. Also, you're using the banner div. Again, it's a good exercise to kind of create these pages and follow the instruction on page 349 all the way till 353. And the other thing that I want to mention to you is to basically apply the overflow property to the main element. So what is the overflow property? So basically the overflow property is specified how to manage the content when it's kind of overflowing or spilling over into another element. So the overflow property can actually help resolve the display issues that is related to the other floating element that's nearby. So let's just follow, as I mentioned to you, you can follow page 349 until 355, but we're just going to go briefly over some of the important section of when you're creating the nutrition page. So we can use another template that maybe we have created for them, like fitness.html, to create our nutrition page. So after creating the page, we can insert a banner element to it. So we can basically on line 30, you can basically put a comment like a nutrition page banner, and then in number 31 to 33, you can actually put a div element, the div element which is equals to the banner, and then with your class you identify, because we are going to do it on desktop. And then you're going to put your image element, your source of the element, and if you are going to have any caption for it. And then you close your div. The other part is basically insert the three article elements within the main element and add the content to each of those elements. So why we do this? The article elements will contain the new page content, including maybe some tips, guidelines, and maybe recipes. So inside each article element, we add a heading element, and an image element, and a paragraph element. And maybe also, according to what they want, some unsorted elements and a side element. So in here, we open our article tag, and then we put our header element, and then inside it, we put the image element, and maybe we want to add some paragraphs to it. The next part is basically you want to end your article element, and also we are adding a side element as well. And then you can test it. After this, you can just test to see how the page would look like. So, and then another step, at the end, you, after you do some modification, and if you follow page 352, 353, you will see that you are going to look and see that you will have the image element here, your article element here, your paragraph that you have insert, and then your aside element. So after you test it, it should look like something like that. So another thing that we want to create a 3-column layout. This is also very beneficial in a lot of programming that we do. So the wireframe for the nutrition page that we have designed has 3-column layout to it. So we are going to actually put the style rule in here. So you going to actually add your comment, so style for the article element, and then you are going to put your style rules for the article element. So the background color, the margin, the padding, the width, and all that. And then you basically save your changes to see how it would look like. So this is how it would look like. So you will have your main element, which appears here, and then you have your article element as basically the three different columns here. So this is how it would look like, and these are on page 354 that you will do that. The next thing that we are going to look at is how to apply the overflow property to the main element style rule. So as we saw in the previous picture here, the main element is not in the correct area. The float property used within the article style display the main element to the banner image area, as you can see here. See? So it's kind of overflowing. To be able to correct this issue, we can apply an overflow property with the value of auto to the main style rule contained within the tablet media query. While we do that, we apply the overflow property to the main element so that it can display below the banner image. So basically in here we are going to put the float property we used with the article style rule to display the main element to the banner image, and then we apply the overflow property value with auto and main style, and then use overflow column auto to add the property and value, and it will look like this. So you can see that that overflow is kind of gone. So the main elements actually appears below the banner image. So the other thing that we are going to talk about is styling the article element for the nutrition page. So as we said, the nutrition page now, after we did the 3-column layout, it uses the 3-column layout. But the content within each article also need to be formatted. So we need to center align the image element and maybe apply a border around the image. So we are kind of, need to look at the style here. So in this, we are going to add a comment that we are basically a style for image element, and then we put the main article image, and then we put all the style rules that we want to apply to the main article image element. Also, we need to also style the aside element for the nutrition page as well. So the aside element is contained also at the bottom of each article elements. So the content that we provide in the side elements give us more information regarding that particular article that we are talking about. When we are actually formatting that, it can improve the visibility. So you can create a style rule for the side element and also apply a rounded border. A background color, maybe the box shadow effect, padding, and as well as margin. So you can apply the style rule for the side element like this. So now you can, after you save your changes, you can see that's how it will look like. So the side element right now is formatted according to what we have put in there. And that's it for this chapter. So this chapter is basically helping you kind of improve your layout and texture of your HTML page. So in this week, I just want you guys to concentrate on Lab 1 and Lab 2 and finish Lab 1 and Lab 2 to kind of give you an exercise. And then after maybe in next week, we are going to actually improve our personal portfolio website that you have created before. And you have created part 1 of your project and part 2 of your project. So now we are going to actually improve that to make it look better. Okay, that's it for this chapter. I hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.